Very often you need to combine multiple images into a one image, and you can do that in Photoshop by using a technique called layer mask. Basically the goal here is I will take example of three different images, and images of a river, images of a clouds, and images of waterfall, and then combine all of them to create a beautiful scene that shows river, waterfall as well as the cloud, and it still looks very natural. So this can be done using the layer mask in Photoshop. So let's see how can we do that. So I have Photoshop open on my machine, and I have three different images, one for river, one for waterfall, and the other one is for cloud. I would like to combine all three images and just select a part of the images that would look beautiful. For example, I want to create an image, a final image, where I would like to show a river flowing, a waterfall on the river, and clouds floating. All three images into one images. So let's see how can we do it using layer mask in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a new document. I'm just going to select a default Photoshop size, and then I'm going to open all those three images that I have. Clouds, I can just click shift and then select the multiple images, and I just click on open. So all the images will be opened on my machine. Okay, now what I want to do is, so basically Photoshop will open as three different images, three different documents on my machine. Okay, now I want to combine them into one single image. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tile all the windows, and I have created this original untitled one document. Okay, and I'm going to save all these images as a layer in this document. So to do that, I'm going to go to Photoshop and click on window, arrange in tile. So you will see all the windows in arrange in tile. I would like to move these images 1, 2, 3 into this untitled document, right? So I'm going to click on move tool here on the left. Then I'm going to select this river.jpg, press down shift button, and then drag the mouse here. So river would appear here. I'm going to do similar thing for this waterfall image. Hold shift, drag this image. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this cloud image, and I'm going to hold down shift and drag this image. So we have now all the images loaded into our untitled one document. So we can close these other JPG files. Okay, so you can see all the layers are available in the untitled one document. So this is our cloud layer. Okay, we can disable visibility by clicking on this. Then this is our waterfall layer, and this is our river layer, and this is our original background layer. Okay, so we have loaded all these three images into our one document. Let's rename these layers so that it's more intuitive. Just going to double click on this, and I'm going to call this as clouds. I'm just going to call this as waterfall, and I'm going to call this as river. Okay, so what does this layer mean? So layer means basically Photoshop just stack these images one above other, and you can see if you try to move this image around, you will see at some point you will see the images behind it, right? So you will see there's a waterfall here, and if I move the waterfall image, there is a river here, right? So you can see those images once I move these layers. And now we can hide and show a part of these images so that we can create a final beautiful image. So let me adjust my river picture a little bit. So I'm going to click the move button and select the river layer. I'm just going to move down a little bit so that I can show waterfall properly, right? And now to reveal the waterfall, I want to show the waterfall in the middle, right? So to do that, I'm going to add a layer mask to this river layer. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select the river layer first, and then do layer mask, and I'm going to select reveal all layer because I want to show most part of the river, just hide part of the lever so that waterfall behind it can show. Okay, so I'm going to click the river mask, reveal all mask. So this is the mask, it appears. Okay, and right now it's white because white means it shows the entire river, and I'm going to paint over the brush so that it starts revealing the waterfall behind it. Okay, all right, so that's the waterfall. So let me show waterfall below so that I can adjust the river, and it will start showing the waterfall below it, right? Waterfall needs to be below. So now the next I'm going to do is I'm going to select brush tool here. Okay, so that's the brush tool. Okay, and you can select the brush size. You can make it smaller and bigger. Okay, you can also select hardness and the other options of the brush. Okay, so this is my brush, and I want to make sure I select the black because I want to erase part of the image. So I'm going to swap this background and foreground by selecting this button over here. Now I'm just going to start painting here, and you should see, oh sorry, that's wrong painting. So now I have to target the mask. Okay, so I have to click at the mask, and now I can start painting with the with the black color so that it will start revealing the waterfall. And you can see waterfall, you have to select the waterfall, and now if you start erasing, you will see the waterfall behind it, right? So I'm going to erase it all the way till the water flows into the river, right? That looks good to me. It looks much more natural now, right? And you can decide how much part you want based on your needs, right? And I'm going to click all the way till the water falls in here. Okay, and I'm going to merge this some of these pictures so that it looks more real. Okay, if you feel you have selected too much, what you can do is you can swap this black and white, and you can again paint it on the top so that you can still keep river, right? And I'm just going to make the waterfall all the way in. Yeah, so that looks much more natural. Next I want to select my own cloud. I don't like this cloud. So what I want to do that is I'm going to make cloud visible. Okay, here I'm going to add the mask to the cloud layer, and this time I'm going to add uh, the by default hide all, which is going to hide the cloud by default, and it's going to reveal the part that which I'm interested. So I'm going to select the brush, and now if I try to erase, I have to select the white button just to reveal that part of the cloud. So actually it is now, it will start showing the cloud behind. Okay, so I won't like that cloud at all. And you can also select the opacity. You may not have 50%, 100%, and so that some part of the trees are also seen. So there you go. You have a picture of a beautiful river plus waterfall plus nice sky using the layer mask. And now you can save this as some names that you can keep working on this file. Just going to save as waterfall.psd, and now you can also export this in whatever format you want. Let's say if I want to export as a PNG, you can do that. You can also export as various formats like JPG and all. It will show up. Okay. So here multiple formats you can save this file into, right? JPG, PNG, GIF, SVG. Let's say I'm on GIF, and you can also select the width of the file, the height of the file, how much scaling you want, and all that option. Then you can just click export. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. It's exporting the file now. Okay, the file has been exported. Let's go back to my desktop and see if that is happening. The file name was waterfall. So here is the GIF file. Yeah, it's a beautiful GIF file, right? Now you can export and share this to any social channels that you would like. So that's how you create beautiful images by combining small image, other images to create a beautiful scenic image using layer mask. Very, very powerful capability in Photoshop.